NASCAR's championship formats post-2004 have been the subject of many videos on this channel, and in all likelihood will be the subject of many videos in the future. Something that is lost in the misery and suffering of living through the past 10 years of winning your in Final Four 3-for-all championship races is that NASCAR used to have a chase format that is miles better by comparison and almost makes you forget that the chase is a flawed concept to begin with. In the first chase in 2004, 10 drivers had their points reset to 50-50 for first and 5,005 for 10th and steps of 5 between the rest of the drivers. It was not ideal, but it's better than whatever this is supposed to be. NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup was my first NASCAR game on PS2, and the concept of the chase itself had always fascinated me from the moment I began playing the game. The fact that there was a big jump from 10th to 11th in the standings would always leave me wondering, was it possible for 11th place to pass 10th? It is a very large gap to make up, yes, that is in fact by design. But is it impossible? We're going to find out today. Can you finish 10th in points after missing the chase? For this challenge, I decided to use my quote, original NASCAR 2005 save file from 2004. Sadly, the career mode save was at the start of a new season, so I wouldn't be able to skip ahead in time. I decided to just go and run this challenge on season mode instead, so that I could cut race length in half from 8 to 4%. Because I wasn't going to have this challenge last 9.5 hours like the last one. I decided to play on Legend difficulty because that's the difficulty Dale Reynolds actually played on to do his rookie year challenge back in 2018, and I'm just stupid. Sorry, Dale. These are the settings for season mode that I use, and I chose to drive as Casey Mears because of course I did. The full Nextel Cup Series season in NASCAR 2005 is only 34 races long due to Pocono not existing in this plane of reality. I considered building a custom schedule and using Levi Strauss as a replacement for the 2 Pocono races, but ultimately I didn't because I was worried the game wouldn't have a chase in the custom season. So, here we are. Season mode in NASCAR 2005. I don't even think I'm lying when I say that this is the first time that I've ever played season mode in NASCAR 5. I've done the chase for the Cup plenty of times, but never the actual season mode. I had no idea there was a change driver feature built into this. Oh man, 34 races. I guess all we can do is head to Daytona. Race 1 of 2004 comes to us from Daytona. I decided I was going to make things more interesting by not qualifying for this race. Ricky Rudd qualified on the pole for this event, except he didn't. In my haste, I forgot that I was playing on a game save with 99% completion on it, meaning I had all of the qualify on pole every race thunder plates for every single track in the game. This means that Casey Mears will be winning all 34 Bud Pole Awards in 2004. I don't know what else to say other than nice. Daytona started out about how you imagine it would. I got off to a great start, but could not fend off the awesome might of the rooster. Laps began ticking by, and it soon became clear that I had a problem. Legend difficulty is hard, and I was struggling to catch this singular car in front of me. Had to drop back and let Waltrip get in front of me so I could draft with him to catch the 21. I became amazing friends with Michael over this period. Right before halfway, Rusty Wallace got alongside me, which would have been fine if he gave me respect on the racetrack. Instead, he didn't. He drifted up out of 4 and took me out for no reason at all, bringing out the first caution of the challenge. It wasn't surprising in the slightest, but the good news is that Rudd's lead was gone, and I had a great chance to take it on the restart, which is exactly what happened. From here, I easily led to the end of the event, where Casey Mears crossed the line to win the 2004 Daytona 500. It may seem as though this was a perfect start to the season, but it wasn't. After race 1 of the year, I had a 60-point lead over 11th place in the standings. You see, in order to pass 10th after missing the chase, I first need to miss the chase. And in order to miss the chase, I can't lead the standings. Well, we're just going to have to rectify that in the next race. Race 2 of 2004 comes to us from Rockingham. Scott Riggs had the pole, except he didn't, and we fired off for 15 laps. The car absolutely sucked, and soon enough, a fake driver was leading the race. Nothing I tried to do would make the car turn, and I was bleeding spots. It was at this point I realized my big mistake. You see, NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup is broken on a fundamental level. When you flip the unlimited fuel and tires option to on, it means that the entire 43 car field will never have any fuel and tire wear. If you flip the unlimited fuel and tires option to off, it means that the entire 43 car field will never have any fuel and tire wear. Except for you. So while my car is falling off every lap, no one else in the field has even lost a single millimeter of rubber on their tires. So I've basically dug myself into a needless hole by turning unlimited fuel and tires off. I knew I had made a huge mistake, and I just had to accept the consequences. It was at this point I realized that I had wasted 21 minutes of my life and quit out of the season mode and started over from the beginning, making sure unlimited fuel and tires was on. Every other setting was the same, and I moved into Daytona. This was way less eventful than the first try, and Casey Mears won the 2004 Daytona 500 for the second time in this video. Once we rolled into Rockingham, it became immediately apparent how much easier it would be to run these races for the rest of the challenge. If anything, I had just completely taken the challenge out of this challenge. And I had maybe one of the greatest race-long battles in channel history with Stewart in this event. Since I lost my friendship with Waltrip to the sands of time, I decided to become best friends with Stewart instead. And despite racing him for several laps cleanly, I absolutely wiped him out on the white and came down to win for the second time in 2004. Stewart was still a big friend of mine, which is not at all how real-life Tony Stewart would have reacted to this series of events. We were still in the points lead, meaning I was still failing at the challenge. Las Vegas was more of the same, except I only finished 7th in this time, and we were still 150 points up on 11th in the standings. How am I so bad at this challenge? But don't worry, we managed to win Atlanta, Darlington, and Bristol to make up for it. You may be wondering what my strategy is here, and the only real strategy is that I want to maximize points gained in the first 26 races of the year, while still managing to miss the chase. No matter what, 10th in points will always start with 5,005 points. How many points 11th place has is entirely dependent on how we run in this first part of the season. Thankfully, I had such a huge points lead at this point that I was able to start skipping races. For Texas, I hit the simulate button, and the screen that appeared made me realize this would have been a much better way to do the simulated career for NASCAR 05. Despite not attending the event, I still qualified on the pole, meaning that my perfect 34 race pole streak would continue, regardless of whether or not I even bother trying. Very cool! I decided to run Martinsville because God knows I need practice at this track, and won in convincing fashion. Sadly, I was still the points leader and had nearly a 2-race gap down to 11th. This allowed me to simulate a few races up to the Coke 600. Hey look! I led 2 laps at Richmond. What? This left me 14th in points, and my ultimate goal finally had a chance to be realized. Things were shaping up excellently. I won Dover and did not win Michigan. Sonoma was interesting, and I swept Daytona. This lifted me to 6th place in points. Keep in mind that everyone from 1st to 10th in points will have their scores wiped to basically 0, so pretty much nothing that happens from race 1 to 26 even matters if you're one of these top 10 chase drivers. What a great system. Chicagoland, I wanted to try something. I decided to stop at the start and try to run the race from last and see how many spots I could make up. Once I was last, I spun to bring out a caution and began my charge. In turn 3 on lap 2, I immediately ran into second to last and brought out another caution. On the next attempt of a restart, I had barely any pace and was stuck in 30th for almost the whole event. Seriously, I couldn't do anything. If I learned anything from this, the real challenge should have been, can you win a championship in NASCAR 05 after starting every race in last? Somehow I found extra speed right at the end and pushed up into 16th. Well, that sucked. Time to do New Hampshire. I won New Hampshire. Now I'm 9th in points. I thought Michigan was before Watkins Glen. I don't know, man. I kept driving off the track at Watkins Glen and still won. And then I skipped Michigan. This was actually my only last place finish of the year. Strange. I won the Bristol night race and remained 9th in points. It was clear it was going to be close if I was going to miss the chase. I didn't want to skip a race and fall too far back, so we headed into the second California race. I wrecked myself trying to get a thumbnail shot of the Shrek car and fell back further. I hooked up with Ward Burton and we rolled on the outside line, hanging out for the remainder of the race. Slammed on the brakes at the end just to make sure I lost a fair amount of points and finished 25th. Frustratingly, I was still 9th in points with one race remaining to the chase. I decided it wasn't worth even bothering to show up at Richmond, so I accepted my 42nd place finish. The chase had finally begun, and I really couldn't have played it more perfectly. Casey Mears was 11th in points, the exact spot I needed to be in, and 10th place Casey Kane had 5,005 points. It all seemed too good to be true. Because it was. The most points you can gain in a race in NASCAR 2005 is 185, which is 175 for a win, and 5 for a lead lap, and 5 for the most laps led. Since I had 3,064 points, I was 1,941 points back from Kane. For the math whizzes out there who already figured this out, the most points you can gain in the final 10 races in the chase is 1,850, which is less than 1,941. That also completely discounts the 34 points last place is guaranteed to get every week, which is a further 340 points to add to Kane's total. And that's only if Kane finished last in every single race. Basically what I'm trying to say is that I was screwed. There was literally no way to pass Kane in points. It is possible that I could have gained a few more points before the chase started, but even if I'd done everything right from start to finish, there was no way to pass 10th in points after missing the chase. The challenge had failed. Or did it? I can't believe I'm about to say this, but it's time to play NASCAR 09. The points format changed slightly for this game. Sure, there's a 12-car chase field, but there's also 190 possible points to gain in every race. That's a whole 50 extra points to play with. I'm not saying it's likely, but it's not impossible. Oh, Jeff, it's been a minute, hasn't it? This file was last saved on August 31st, 2010. Oh my God. I feel dirty clicking this. I guess we'll check it on the career mode. Yep, there's the autosave. Yeah, that's the grave of a 12-year save file being disturbed. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it's week 27. Good Lord. All right, well, that's positive. That could speed up this process. Oh my God, I was killing them. Look at that. Oh, Lord have mercy. What is this? Why was I leeching? 13-year-old me leech. This is cursed. Okay, well, I have a huge points lead and it's already Watkins Glen time. That's unfortunate. I guess I could just not race. That'll drop me in points. Oh my goodness. Yeah, all right. Well, I failed to miss the chase. That's awesome news. But look at that. 13th in points. Had way more than I did in NASCAR 05. Okay. This has potential. I'm just going to sign a wheeling contract to speed this up a bit. Season's over. I finished last in the chase. Can you believe it? Oh, who do I sign on with? I guess I'll go with a fake driver. Why not? Look at all these expectations. We have such a high maintenance team owner. Daytona 500 time. I'm going to skip that. Holy shit, I just finished mid-pack. Oh, that's awesome. You don't even finish last. Oh, this is going to speed this up so much. Yeah, we're just like finishing 20th every week. Oh, I love this. Well, I guess I should do a race just to relearn how to drive. Las Vegas time. Mark on the pole. What a god. Oh my. I forgot how bad this game plays. Oh, they're already dying. Wow. Thanks for the free spots. Oh, there's assists on. Gross. Turn that garbage off already. Oh, this game isn't fun. They're wrecking again. Why? Oh, and it's Dale Jarrett driving off with it. Dale Jarrett is too powerful for us mere mortals. I can't catch him. He's simply too good. All right, here we go. Yeah, let's go. Oh, we're going to win the first race of the NASCAR 09 attempt here in Vegas. Yeah. Let's celebrate. Why not? Get us some good thumbnail opportunities. All right, well, that was almost fun, and I've rocketed all the way up to 9th in points already. Wow, it's like they're giving it to me for free right now. Skip. Oh, you know we're going to run Sonoma. Yeah, here we go. Let's see how bad they ruin this place. Oh, no. What the engine is already in yellow. Oh, no. I literally cannot drive this car. This is stupid. What? The car is already dead. Amazing design. No, we're not doing this. I'm gonna turn damage on to visual only so we can play the fucking game. Oh, what? You can't have yellow flags if there's only visual damage? Why? Literally why? This game sucks. Attempt number 2 at Infineon. Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, we're not blowing the engine, so that's a positive, I guess. At the line, not my best lap at Infineon, that's for sure. I'm gonna get the pole. Okay, sure, yeah, whatever. This game is bad. All right, here we go. Let's have some quote-unquote fun. Yeah, we're gone. Why is someone sitting off turn 5? Who is that? There is more than one person sitting there? Oh, what is happening? There are just multiple people sitting on the side of the road dead. What do you mean, DNF? It's only visual-only damage. This game sucks. Oh, Casey has damage. I want to draft with my man. Oh, no. Oh, it's over. No, wait, no, it isn't. We're fine. We're fine. We're going to win an interesting race at Infineon. Oh, my God, this game. I am 17th in points. That's not bad. Let's run New Hampshire to practice for when the chase comes around. Okay, so here's a fun fact. The first ever Casey's Angel that I did, not just on the channel, but like casually, was not in NASCAR 07, not in NASCAR 05, not in NASCAR 04, but this very game, NASCAR 09. And it happened at this very track, New Hampshire. He was running like 15th or so, and I was like, I want to help my man out. And it was the slowest and saddest run to the finish, pushing Casey like 30 miles an hour under what you'd usually drive here. It was quite the sight to behold, but we got it done then. Can we get it done today? The answer is no. Sorry, Casey, I got to run. And that is another W. Good stuff. 16th in points. Pretty good, pretty good. Oh boy, it's Watkins Glen time. Y'all ready for the funny? Here we go. Yep. Good stuff, isn't it? That was a good video, honestly. That's one of my favorite videos on the channel. So I can't do anything right now. This car is driving like trash, and I can't catch the guys in front of me. Uh-oh. Yeah, I've got nothing. Oh, okay. Well, let's rewind that. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. All right, neat. Terrible game. You know, forget the actual challenge for this video. Let's just do Casey's Angel for the rest of the night. Easy dub. Look at my man just drive. Yeah, Casey's gonna win. Let's fucking go. I am depressed that I cannot celebrate with him, though. All my guy can do is complain. We are 15th in points. I'm liking where we're at. Casey can't pass for shit at this place. I guess I'll win instead. Fine, be like that, Casey. 14th in points. Okay, Casey's down in 26. This is unbelievably painful to see. Not going to stop him from getting another win. 12th in points. Uh-oh, that's not where we need to be. So we're just going to have a mediocre run here at Richmond to finish off the run of the chase. Come on, Casey. Please go faster. I just wonder how many clean pass points I can get. So many clean passes. I'm just going to stomp on the brakes here and finish at the back. Oh, wait. I forgot there's no cautions. Let's try that over. 22nd is where we will finish. Truex got 5th. That's good. Let's find out if I did the good. Yes. All right. I could have done better, but 14th in points is fine. We've got 3,103 points. Is that enough? Oh my God, dude. Okay, so 12th in points starts with 5,000 in this universe, and we have 3,103. That is a difference of 1,897. The most points that we can get in a race is 190. And if we did that in all 10 races, that's 1,900 points. We would literally win the challenge by 3 points. But I have to lead the most laps and win all 10 races in order to do this. I mean, we might be able to do it. I have to try. It's possible. This is really possible. Yeah, okay. Kyle Busch has 5,000 points. That's literally perfect. Get to go in here and sign the contract. Sorry, Kyle, but I have your job now. Now he should not gain any more points for the rest of the year. We can do this. I just have to win every race and lead all the laps. That's nothing. All right, New Hampshire time. Let's go. So we just need to qualify on the pole and dead last. Awesome. So that's how it's going to be. So I need to get to the lead before Jimmy leads lap 7. He can lead all 6 laps before that and it's fine. But if he leads lap 7, that's not good. We're flying up through the field right now. I'm sorry, Casey. I want to help you, but it's too late for that. We're honestly making great time right now. And here we go. Easily going to get ahead of Jimmy. Now we just lead for the rest of the race and it's good. Yeah, we are going to win race 1 of the chase and lead the most laps. Perfect start. This is where the real game begins. Race 2 of the chase comes to us from Dover. I have never been good at this track and hate coming here in basically all NASCAR games. We got the pole just fine, but Truex passed me immediately at the start. That's not terrible, but not ideal either. Pretty soon I had 2 of the best Dover drivers of all time in front of me. Fun! I got around them all fine and managed to lead for the rest of the race and secure maximum points. On to race 3. Race 3 of the chase is at Kansas. This was a much easier event to get the pole and lead laps in. Easiest race of the challenge thus far. And Tony Stewart's the only guy that's celebrating with me in victory lane. Where's Hamlin? Where's my man Denny Hamlin? Why is Stewart the only one who wants to be with me? Mark and Truex were nicely at the top of the standings, and I was closing in on Busch, who had not gained any points since Richmond due to not being in the field. Fantastic stuff. Oh yeah, the record screen exists in this game. This is like a bootleg version of NASCAR 04 stats. Oh my god, I fucking murdered them all. Talladega is next. As much as I would rather not run qualifying here, I would much rather less not lose this challenge. 10 years later, I get the pole. About halfway through that Q lap, I remembered how piss easy this track is, but it's fine. I took some time during this race to get some thumbnail shots and easily won this race and maximized points once again. Still only Tony Stewart celebrating with me in victory lane. Danny, where you at? Mark still leads the points. Cool. Everything's going perfectly. Charlotte was just as easy as Kansas. My gap to Kyle Busch was already under 1,000 points. Tony Stewart was still the only one celebrating me with victory lane. And nothing could possibly stop me now. Nothing except my old nemesis. It's Martinsville time. Alright, this should be easy. Just don't qualify dead last. And we got this. Dead last on lap 1. Sick! It doesn't fucking drive! 38th. Oh, that's unfortunate. This is one of the most difficult tracks to pass at in this game, and we're starting basically last. Fun! On the start, Menard wouldn't get out of my way, and my charge through the field was painfully slow. The only positive was that there were a lot of laps in this race, meaning I had time to get up front. Obviously, no one could be bothered to pass Truex though, meaning that if he led lap 11, the challenge was over and I have failed. I was into the top 20 pretty early, but my progress was stalling. The lap counter was getting so very close to 11, and I was nowhere near the leader. It soon became apparent that this challenge was over. I got to the inside of Kurt, but failed terribly to get around him. I used the rewind to try again, but this only made the situation worse, and Kurt was completely spun out as a result. It was obvious that I had failed, and would not be passing this challenge. That was, of course, until a new strategy was found. Since Kurt got spun out, and since there were no cautions, he decided to just chill in the middle of the racing line for a while. And as a result, the entire field did the completely sensible thing of driving full speed into Kurt, and causing a ridiculous pileup right next to the pit lane. I had no idea how to react to this, and decided if you can't beat him, join him, and drove directly into the dog pile. Nobody in the entire field could find an avenue to exit, except for my teammate, Denny Hamlin, who took the lead. The game did not appreciate the state of affairs on the track and chugged horribly. But I kept pushing and eventually found a way out, into second place behind Hamlin. Soon enough, everyone on the field began to DNF from the sheer lunacy of this wreck. On the next lap, I decided that I would take the pit lane to get around the problem. During this automated sequence, I sat back and really had a thonk about what had just taken place. I had completely ruined the championship battle between Mark, Truex, and Johnson. Despite being a rival, Johnson should have been appreciative of the fact that I had inadvertently taken out his only competition in this wreck. For the rest of this race, I drove through the debris field every lap and was eventually a full lap ahead of second place. It's definitely not how I foresaw the Martinsville race playing out, but I wasn't complaining. I crossed the line and took the win, and I maximized points, and the challenge was still on. Thankfully, Johnson only had a 9-point lead, so it was clear I hadn't completely ruined the championship fight. Next up was Atlanta. It was easy. Hamlin still won't celebrate in victory lane despite me basically hand-gifting him a great second-place run at Martinsville. I was still a rival with Johnson after the Martinsville Madness, and he decided to issue me a formal request for a duel. Sadly, it was not a duel to the death, so after I beat Johnson in the rival race, Johnson was still alive and still had a shot at the championship. After that was Texas. I won and maximized points like nothing. Also, bring back the finishing graphs from the results screen. This is like one of the only good additions that NASCAR 08 and NASCAR 09 brought to the PS2 EA NASCAR games lore. Bring it back, seriously. I only had 2 more races left and was under 400 points from Busch. I just needed to survive for a little while longer. And that's when Phoenix said, nope. To no one's surprise, the game decided that I was having way too easy of a go at this challenge and decided to start me at last for Phoenix. I really had my work cut out for me too, since Phoenix is a decently difficult track. I was making pretty good time, but I noticed one important detail. The pole sitter was not leading every lap. In fact, there were many different leaders in this race. This made my climb up to the front a lot less stressful, and I was able to get to the lead and lead the most laps with no trouble at all. All that stood between me and success was one last battle in Homestead. Johnson also only had 9 points on Mark, which means that there's still a chance that Johnson didn't win the title. It couldn't have gotten much better than this. I considered starting last in the Homestead race just for an added challenge, but decided against it after the stress that was Phoenix. I got the pole easily and started the race. I decided to try and help Mark and make sure Johnson didn't win the title. I even let Mark get a lap lead for bonus points. Aren't I nice? As the laps ticked on, I kept Mark right behind me and it looked like it was going to be an easy victory. That was until I forgot that I let Mark lead a lap already and let him pass me again to lead another lap. This was a very big mistake. Mark decided that actually I really like leading and did not let me pass at any point on the track. As we hit the white flag, I was getting really scared. I had one last charge on Mark, but failed to get by and finished second for the first time in the entire chase. Speaking of chase, if Mark had made the final 4, and this is how the result would have been, me winning all 9 other races, but Mark winning this last one and me finishing second, Mark would have been the champion and not me. Just saying. This is possible. This is a thing that could happen. Really. It's possible, guys. You should consider this. You should always think this. It's possible. It could happen. I led the most laps in this race, yes, but still missed out on the 5 extra points that first place gets versus second place. I sat dumbfounded for a good moment, slowly realizing that the 5 points I just lost were the 5 points I needed to pass Busch in the standings. I had really just failed this challenge to make sure Johnson didn't win the championship. That's something I really just did. I quit out of the race and sat through the loading screen of shame, waiting to witness my sheer stupidity. Once the menu loaded, I headed to the standings, only to find that I was 12th by a lot. So as it turns out, 190 points is what the winner of the race gets regardless of laps led. Every race has a possible 200 points it could award if you win and lead most laps instead of 190. Wow. So as it turns out, I was just stupid. Yes, it was good that I led the most laps every week, but it actually wasn't necessary to do so. So massacring the entire field at Martinsville wasn't actually needed as it turns out. Whoops. And there you have it. By 38 points, I managed to miss the chase and still come back and pass the final driver in the chase standings by the end of the year. It required retiring a driver to do so, and if I hadn't, I definitely would not have passed him. But regardless of how I did it, I still did it. Hey, remember how this challenge started in NASCAR 05? Well, I may have failed there, but I did not fail in NASCAR 09. I really cannot believe that it has taken this long for NASCAR 09 on PS2 to have a worthwhile reason to exist. What a time to be alive. And there you have it. As it turns out, you can't pass 10th in points in the standings after the missing chase, but you can pass 12th. This is definitely not how I anticipated this video going. This was an unusual project that really didn't take as much planning as the last one, but yeah, here it is in all its glory. Yeah, so this was an interesting one. It was kind of annoying to record. I was actually gonna do it in NASCAR 07 and not NASCAR 09, but then NASCAR 07 crashed after the first race that I finished, so yeah, I jumped into NASCAR 09. I don't know what else to say. I literally wrote improvise something here into the script. That is literally word for word what I wrote in here. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to watch the previous challenge, and I guess we'll see you in whatever challenge I come up with next. Bye!